So, very good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you so very much for joining this CISA orientation program. Everyone, the CISA orientation program is conducted by the Global Professional Certifications, your gateway to global certifications. Uh, so, what are we going to do today, everyone? Like this as a CISA orientation program, let me quickly set out the orientation program agenda. Uh, to start with, we'll start with a quick introduction, everyone. Know your mentor. So I'm Arpit Garg. So I'll be talking a little bit about myself. A lot of people would know me already on the call, but people who don't know me, this is for you. Then we'll get into the overview of the CISA course, everyone. So this is where we will talk about what is CISA course, what is the content, what is the examination pattern, how much is the percentage that we need to clear this exam. We'll talk pretty much everything about the CISA exam. What is the registration cost? What is the study material? Uh, what is the approach that we should follow for the studies? And pretty much we'll cover the Q&A. So it's while it's a 1 hour session that we have planned, it may sort of end maybe much earlier also, depending on if you have any questions, happy to answer that. So that's all that we're going to cover in today's orientation program, everyone. Now, let me just quickly talk a little bit about myself. So I'm a chartered accountant. I'm a CIA, CRM, and CISA qualified, bring over 1.5 decade experience in the domain of risk assurance and advisory. I'm the co-founding partner of Riskman Consulting and a mentor to global professional certifications. Before joining Riskman, I was working with ENY, and before that, I was working with Genpact ERC, and before that with SNB. So Monday to Friday, I'm a consultant, everyone, and Saturday to Sunday, I am into uh, imparting knowledge on the course on CIA and CISA. So that's very brief about me. So in terms of the practical exposure, everyone, I do pretty much everything in terms of the enterprise risk services and the IT risk services. So hands-on on experience on internal audits, SOC, SOC 1, SOC 2, ISO 27001, TSAT certification, ITTC, ITAC reviews, various aspects of TPRM, enterprise risk management, business continuity, and other aspects. So pretty much do day in, day out for various companies along with my uh, team members across sectors. And like I said, Saturday, Sundays when I'm training people on the CIA and CISA qualification. I've been taking CIA for a long time, for almost 5+ years. For CISA, based on the huge demand that we had of people wanted to do CISA, we have just started this journey. So it's going to be our second batch for CISA that we will be running up after a very successful result that we saw in the first batch for the CISA. That's how we are continuing with the CISA orientation program and the batch two. So this is pretty much a orientation program for the batch two, everyone. So that's pretty much about me, everyone. Now moving on straight away to the CISA course overview. So let's talk a little bit about the CISA course overview. So CISA, you all know, CISA is Certified Information System Auditor. If you're trying to build up your expertise in the IT audit landscape, CISA brings a lot of credential and value add to your profile. Um, in order to do CISA, you should have close to 5 years of experience in the IT in IS audit experience. So pretty much exposure around the IT, GC, ITAC, IT vendor management, vendor governance, information security aspects. If you have exposure around the space, this is one of the criteria that you should have close to 5 years of experience to get your certification done. So you can always appear for the exam and clear it, but your certification will be through after you have taken an approval from either your seniors or either your colleague about your exposure on the of 5 years, close to 5 years around this IT landscape. So that's very brief about what is CISA, everyone. Now, uh, in order to enroll for the CISA program, what are the steps involved? So if you look at it, the first step is always good to be the ISACA member. So if you're part of the ISACA, if you take an ISACA membership, it generally costs you a little lesser. So for that, you have to just go on the ISACA website, and it's a very easy process. You just click on the ISACA membership website, and then, or you can just do a Google search also, put ISACA, register as a new member, and then make your payment. So now when you're becoming a ISACA member, you have to close a chapter nearby. So if you're in different country, you have to look for your respective country chapters. Otherwise, let's say if you're in a country like India, so in India, we have various chapters, like we have a Delhi chapter, we have a Bangalore chapter, and so on and so forth. So you become associated with a chapter so that you are closely connected with your peer groups. Basically, the cost of the ISACA membership is close to $150. So this is where you pay your membership fee, and once that is done, as an annual renewal cost, there is a cost that is there, which is close to $160. Now, once your membership is done, everyone, the next step is you get your membership ID from ISACA, and generally it does not too much of time. So generally you get this very fast. So once you get your membership ID, everyone, now this is time when you have to apply for your CISA course. So for people who are members already, for you, the cost for the CISA exam fee is $575. And for people who choose to not go with membership, they think that, okay, you take a call that, okay, I don't want to go with membership, I just want to go for the exam. In that case, also, you are allowed to give the exam. It's not that you have to be mandatory a member to go and become to go and appear for the exam. But however, the cost for a non-member is a little higher. It costs you $760. So effectively, if you see, if you are a member with a CISA registration, will cost you combiningly, it will cost you less than 760, and that's how I believe that ISACA is pushing that the people should be part of the ISACA as a member. Now, there are various benefits of being a ISACA member, everyone, because with membership, there's a lot of additional things that comes in. One, you are part of the network. Second, you have get free access to so much of ISACA study material or ISACA various resources that is available, and as a member, you all get free of cost. So that's something that gets lot of overall value and the benefits of being ISACA member. Now, once you have paid your ISACA CISA cost and your ISACA membership fee, the next step is everyone now for you for registration for the exam. Now you can schedule your exam as early as 48 hours after payment of examination registration fee. So you can do it like you've made the payment and you can just go and schedule your exam. The best part for CISA exam is everyone that you can take this exam from your home and you can take this exam at any point of time that you're comfortable with, which means that you can take this exam 6 in the morning to night 1 a.m. in the morning to 3 a.m. in the morning to afternoon 3 p.m. in the morning, 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So basically, you can take your exam at any point of time. This is a proctor-based exam, and you can do it from your home right away at your comfort zone. The only thing that you have to be taking care of is there are certain terms and conditions and guidelines for giving this exam from the home. So that let's say you should not have a camera in your room, you should not have a window in the room that you're sitting, you should not have books and any other study material around you. So first the inspection happens and then you can go and then your exam starts. So that's how it is basically done. But it's very easy that way because you're as comfortable sitting out of your office space or you're sitting out of your study room, and then you can appear for this exam at first as per your convenience. Now, people, once you have registered for the exam, it's not that you have to immediately take the date. So you can take the date even up to within the 12 months. So once you have paid the exam fee, you have 12 months to appear for the exam. So that's how it is structured. So even if you, let's say, register today, it's not that today you have to take the exam or decide on the exam date. You have good 12 months to decide, okay, this is the day you want to appear, and then you can go for the exam. Another good element of CISA is everyone, let's say you enroll and make the fee payment today. And you'd also take a date, let's say for end of Feb or let's say 15th of March and but you want to change this date, right? So a lot of times you have seen that the changing is a cost generally, right? Rescheduling is a cost. But with ISACA, when you reschedule is also not a cost. Up to so let's say if you want to reschedule, it is generally not a cost as such. You can always reschedule unless you're doing it at the last minute, right? So most likely, I think we have a 48 hours window. Before that, if you're rescheduling at any point of time, there's no additional cost. So that's another benefit because otherwise, most of the other institutes do charge even once you have taken the dates, even if you're changing, you want to change the date or time after an hour, it will be a rescheduling fee. So that's another good part of for the examination schedule. Now, once you have qualified your CISA, it's also very important for you all to understand, everyone, that there is a annual renewal cost of the of the CISA certification. So, if you're a member, then the cost is $45. If you're not a member, then the cost is $85. And the renewal cost of your membership that you take, the annual membership fee that you pay to ISACA is close to $160. So collectively, you pay close to $200 on a yearly basis if you want to keep your membership active, as well as for your CISA certification renewal fee. So that is in terms of the registration process. I'll take a pause here, everyone, and I'll just try to hear from you all if you're clear about this registration process for CISA with ISACA. Everyone, are we clear with the step-by-step process of CISA registration with ISACA? Yes or no? Thanks, Vishal. Arun is asking, I have close to 4 years experience in business audit and does not have experience in IT audit. Unless I get 5 years of experience in IT audit, wouldn't be able to get my CISA certification. So Arun, you can appear and clear. Um, uh, bu- and yes, you will have to have 5 years of minimum experience to get the CISA certification. So let's say you have started your journey 2 years back. In that case, you will not be able to get it. In your case, if you have only 4 years of total experience, in that case, you will not be able to get your CISA certification until you have submitted your 5 years of experience approval from your supervisor or from any other ISACA member. Okay.
Sir, one question.
Yeah, please.
I'm having 5 years of business audit experience, not ITGC audit
Mhm.
experience. So I was planning to do that just to make myself updated. So should I have relevant IT experience itself to get certified at the end of the day? Like, should I
So, so
do that work?
I'll tell you this. Now, it all depends on the kind of like profile that you have. It's if it is purely business audit, because when we today look at when we do audit, right? One thought in our mind is that okay, when we're talking about IT audit, it's pure IT technical audits, which not necessarily it is. If you look at the overall aspect uh, of the areas of work that you would have done. Now, even in business audits, we touch upon a lot of IT aspects. Like for example, we look at the access control part, right? From a SOD conflict standpoint of view, we look at the ITAC controls, right? From a application input processing output control standpoint of view. So how I see it is that you don't have to be purely an IT auditor to be eligible for this certification. Uh, it is just that you have 5 years of experience and somehow you have touched base on during your normal course of audits, you have touched upon certain areas that should be sufficient for your eligibility to appear for the exam. Are you getting what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
Also,
yeah,
also,
sure.
also, this is not where you have to really prove your CP hours. It's just that it's a declaration based thing. So, which means that you have to submit that okay, these are the areas that you have worked earlier, and then it has to go for for an approval. Now, that approval can be given by your supervisor, by your colleague, by your manager, by any other CISA holder. And once they approve it, you pretty much get your certificate. So it's not that ISACA is asking you to um, submit your experience certificate signed off by your organization. Uh, so that's how it is structured. Does now make sense now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
got it, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Imran, please go ahead.
Thank you,
Imran.
sir. I'm Imran from Pakistan. Can you please tell me something about the registration process from Pakistan? Because we don't have chapter here in Pakistan.
All right. So Imran, in my view, the best part of ISACA is that you can appear from the home itself, right? So once you pay the payment online, you can appear right from your home, right? So you don't have to really go to a center to appear for the exam. So that's the beauty of this exam. The only thing that, like I said, is it's a proctor-based exam, so you have to be a little careful about things like you don't have a camera, you don't have a window or a transparent room so that you can probably communicate. Based on the proctor-based exam, if you're doing it on your laptop, so you will have to just run through your room scan and nothing in terms of the items or the study mat should be there on the desk that you're appearing from the exam. So you can very well appear from the home. Okay,
Okay.
Imran?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you,
Sudeep, go
sir.
ahead, please. Yeah, sure. Sudeep, please go ahead.
Arpit, good morning. In fact,
Good morning.
I'm a retired banker from State Bank of India, and
Yes.
basically, I have experience, you can say, in various fields of banking, IT, including some kind of, you can say, implementation part.
Hmm.
And for the last 2 years, I have been working with IIT Roorkee. and in the field of, you can say, their BPR and involving every aspect of IT. So, how would my experience be counted in case I want to go for that?
So I think, see, since you mentioned that you have the implementation, implementation understanding, see, I'll tell you how does it work, right? So if you have more than 5 years of experience, right? So you're saying that you're a retired banker, right? So of course, the length of experience that you have is pretty much, and I can see similar questions from other people. Sharat is also writing that, okay, I have 15 plus years of experience in audit, wherein we have done some form of IT areas. Will I get certification after clearing the exam? So if you have to ask me all, anyone who has 5 plus years of experience, and if you want to demonstrate that in this 5 years, you have done these touch points, right? And if it goes for your approval from your supervisor, then you're all eligible. Simple.
So, so who would be my supervisor in this case?
So you
In fact,
So you can, okay, I'll tell you. So what happens, Sudhir, is here in this case, you can take approval from anyone. So you have to just mention an email ID when you are applying for the certification after you have cleared the exam, and it go and triggers to the person's email ID, and then the person can approve it. So it can be approved by anyone. So it can be approved by your colleague, past colleague, your earlier supervisor, any other CISA holder. So if you can submit me, let's say the certificate, your
so
experience
specifically,
details, even I can
specifically,
approve. Yeah.
so specifically that has to be, you can say, CISA holder who just can.
Not the holder, anyone in your
Okay, okay,
anyone who is your colleague, past colleague, who knows you, who have worked with you, you have to just trigger an email. See, I'll tell
okay.
you, see, the intent of the ISACA is not to kind of uh, get into the verification process. It's more declaration based, and of course, it follows the code of ethics that, okay, everyone who is declaring doing a self declaration is honest enough to kind of declare, and the person who is approving is also that. So they don't say that, okay, you need to take approval from only a CISA holder, on only X person, only Y person. It's not that rigorous because they are any which is testing your capability, right, in terms of learning through exam. This is an exit requirement. This is not an entry requirement. So without
Mm.
even submitting your experience details, you can always go and appear for the exam. You can clear it. The only thing is and you will get the pass details. Everything you get it. So you can always do it. It's just that the certificate copy will only be coming on your portal. ISACA portal once you have submitted your experience declaration, right, which can be approved, like I said, by anyone, by your past colleague, by your existing colleague, by your past manager, by any other CISA holder, uh, by your supervisor. So you can just mention an email ID. The person will get an email. Once that is approved, it will sort of be cleared that way.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you
Yeah,
so much for the
sure,
clarification.
sure.
That clears the doubt.
So Sharath, I hope this makes sense to you also. So pretty much that's okay because 15 plus years in IA audit, that's sufficient to kind of get the certificate. Ganesh is asking, I'm senior manager in Big Four in auditing. I regularly deal with IT side of audit team. How does CISA help me in my career progression? Okay, so Ganesh, first of all, see, if you are into IT audits, CISA definitely have a lot of credential benefit, right? So, um, I mean, it's more like substantiating the next person and the entire group of people whom you're interacting with, that you have the right credential to be doing the IT audit, right? It's like if I'm a financial auditor, if I am a chartered accountant, or if I'm a US financial auditor, if I'm a CPA, it makes more sense, right? Likewise, if I'm into IT auditing, being CISA qualified really help because that's what it means, right? Information system auditor, right? So it one definitely acts as a credential on your resume or on your profile when you go and interact with the stakeholders that you are a CISA holder. So in their mind, they are clear that they are interacting with the right person, the person who brings the knowledge and skill set. That's one. Now, second thing, Ganesh, is also another important element is see, every course will pretty much help you to clear your fundamental concepts, right? So when you I'll put it this way. So let's take an example. I've been doing ITGC audit probably back in 2011 for the first time, right? So 2011 is the first time that I did ITGC audit for a listed company in India. Today is 2026, right? When we are starting. So it's not that we've never done ITGC audit or any other audits for that matter in the past. But today, when you go, So you've been doing audit like an audit, right? So you've been doing it by learning on the job, which is always the better learning. But with uh, with global certificates like CISA, and there are so many others, but today we are talking about CISA orientation program, so let's touch to that. See, the fundamental concepts gets a lot more clear, right? What is the expectation? And in fact, this entire course as a CISA is something which is more important for information system auditors, right? So it keeps touching you. Okay, for an IS auditor, what is more important? There could be hundred of problems that are going on in a company, but for an IS auditor, among this hundred things, which is the most important problem statement that as an IS auditor we will look at it, and that will help us to get more clarity. And it's not like a just a bookish like exam. It's more like a practical exam, scenario based exam. So you will get a lot more insights also from a practical islands that okay. This is better, that is better, this is the right way of working. So of course the terminologies improves, the ways of work improves, the conversation tone improves. Of course, you get the global skill set in terms of the global mindset. So I personally feel that these kind of certification really add too much uh, to kind of demonstrate what we are in. And like I said, um, much better deliverables naturally start coming it out. So Ganesh, that will be like my thought, my school of thought here. Make sense, Ganesh? Um, yeah, Arun. So it really doesn't call out that okay, if it is articleship experience or post qualification experience, that doesn't how it works. So you can just mention 2000, let's say, if you're saying 6 years, so let's say 2020 onward, 2020 January or 2019 and to 2022 you were here, 22, 26 you were here. So yes, total over more than 5 years, and this is how you have touched upon it. So that should be okay, Arun. Okay, makes sense. Everyone, are we clear on this so far? Great. So I'll take a few queries more in a while. Meanwhile, let's quickly move on to the next part, and then if we have some balance queries, I'll take it in a few minutes from now. So I hope we're clear in terms of the registration process, everyone. I'll now move on to the CISA course. It's very important for you all to know what are we going to get into in terms of the course content. So CISA program, everyone, is split across 5 domains, right? So there are total 5 domains. It starts with the basics, which is where we start with information system auditing process. Then gets into the governance and management of IT. Then it gets into the whole SDLC process, wherein we talk about information system acquisition, development, implementation. And then it went into the core areas of business continuity, business resilience aspects, which is where we talk about information system operation and business resilience. And finally, it gets closed at protection of information assets. So these are the 5 domains, and we'll cover more also in detail. So don't worry about that. That I'm just going to talk about the headlines here. The split of the exam is across the domain. So 18% weightage for domain 1, another 18 percentage for domain 2, another 12 percentage for domain 3, and then close to 55%, right? So 50 plus percentages alone for domain 4 and domain 5. So that's how the 5 domains are split across. People, just to give you a little bit more clarity, what we cover in this detail is when we are going to do information system auditing process, then we are going to cover the planning and execution part. So your entire aspect of okay, how do you plan for an information system audit and how do you execute them? So will get covered in the first domain itself. So this is where during your planning we will learn about IS audit standards. We'll talk about different types of audits that we do. We'll talk about audit plans. We'll talk about different types of controls aspect. And then once we have done our planning, we then get into execution mode. And this is where we'll talk about project management, testing, sampling, audit evidence, data analytics, quality assurance, communicating results. All of that is going to be part of your first domain itself. So this is exactly what we do practically also that gets covered under the domain 1. Now, domain 2 is all about governance and management of IT. This is where we learn about IT governance and IT management. So within IT governance, we'll talk about everything. We'll talk about enterprise architecture, enterprise risk management, IT policies, procedures, IT governance, data governance, privacy aspects. So we cover almost all of that here in the governance. And then we also look at the management part, IT management, wherein we talk about IT resource management, IT vendor management, IT performance monitoring. All of that is part of your domain 2. So both of them, 18% everyone, all right? So 18%. And then we have this system development lifecycle, small unit, wherein we talk about the complete value chain of SDLC process, We'll talk about business case, feasibility analysis, SDLC life cycle process, post implementation review, system migration, infrastructure deployment. Almost everything gets covered. Release management, configuration, everything gets covered under the domain 3. People domain 4 and domain 5 being one of the lengthiest and the most critical because each of one of had how much weightage? Everyone, how much is the weightage for domain 4 and domain 5? It is 26 percentage, right? So 26 percentage is the weightage for domain 4 and domain 5. And this is where we basically cover pretty much lot of things. So in domain 4, information system operation and business resilience, we cover information system operations. This is where we talk about IT asset management. We talk about end user computing. We talk about shadow IT. We talk about problem management, change management. We talk about log management, SLA, database, almost everything in terms of IT ops. And then we get into business resilience also. This is where we talk about business continuity, BIA, data backups, BCP, DR, almost everything is covered here. And then the last piece is domain 5 people, which is protection of information asset. This is where we talk about the information security and controls aspect. So this is where we talk about information security policies. We'll talk about network controls. We'll talk about DLPs. We'll talk about encryption. We'll talk about PKIs. We'll talk about cloud environments. We'll talk about IoT controls. We'll talk about, and then even the security event management is very interesting, everyone. This is where we'll talk about SIM. We'll talk about which is security incident event management. We'll talk about SOC, which is how a security operations center works. Then we'll talk about SOAR also, which is more advanced version. So we'll talk about basic stuff like security awareness training, forensics, incident response, lot of it, right? So very, very interesting conversations. And Ganesh, I hope you are also getting it, like after looking at the content, more or less you would be doing it already. But you will get, of course, your practical insights will help you to do this exam much, much better and much faster. But other than that, um, uh, I'm sure you would acknowledge that anyone who is getting into IT audit, anyone who is into IT audit, all these kind of areas are collectively that we work on in the practical world also, right? So this is going to be part of your domain 1 to domain 5. Are we clear in terms of the course content, everyone? Yes or no? Quickly, everyone, are you all still with me? Can I quickly see the word yes or a GTG on the chat box? Are you all still with me, everyone? Are we clear in terms of the course content? Yes or no? Um, very good. Can I see more yeses? I can see only 9 of you have typed in. Okay. Very good. So thank you everyone for the participation. I'll move now forward to the next part, which is on the examination part. So everyone, we have total 150 MCQs for this exam. We have good 4 hours to appear. So it's a good time, sufficient time for appearing for the exam. So you have to 40 minutes. There's no break again for this exam. If you like, you can if you want to take break again, you will have to tell to your proctor that okay, I have to take break, and the person will probably again give you the break, but it's not preferred to go on the breaks and all. But if you but it's at a stretch 4 hour exam, you can always close earlier also. People, the no negative marking, the pass score is 450 out of 800, so it's moderately good, right? So it's not very, very tough. Like for example, CIE exam, we have 80% and above, and CISA exam, we need to score 56.25% and above. So that way, it is much easier than other courses. But yes, it's slightly technical, so sometimes people get slight difficulty here, but if you consider this course, I think 56.25%, 450 out of 800 is easily achievable. It's not a very, very difficult way considering the kind of time length and the practice that we do. It should be easily achievable that way. So no negative marking. We have 4 attempts for appearing for this exam. Retake you can take after 30 days from the date of first attempt, 90 days from the date of second and third attempt, in case you're not able to clear even in the second attempt. So that's how it is. People, the cost of the exam fee is again, let's say if we do not pass in the one go, then we'll have to pay the full $575 again for each attempt. So that's how it is structured. Are we clear on the examination pattern, everyone? Total 150 MCQs, 4 hours. You need 56.25%, and then no negative marking, like I said, and the retake cost is almost the same. Clear, everyone? Yes or no? Yes? Uh, all right. So I think we are all clear
Sure.
with, yeah, please go ahead. Happy to answer.
Arpit, Arpit, this is Vishal.
Mhm.
So total 4 attempts are allowed. What does it mean? Is it like for one registration we are allowed to give 4 attempts, or only in lifetime we can give 4 attempts?
So generally, it's like your profile based, right? So let's say you are registering yourself, then against your profile, you're allowed to give 4 attempts to appear for the exam. That's how it is. So it's like lifetime. In the lifetime you have 4 attempts to clear this exam.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, right. Makes sense. Okay, great.
Yes.
Yeah, Amit, go ahead, please. Amit, you have a doubt, right? Amit,
Yeah.
please
Yeah,
go ahead.
Arpit. Am I audible
Right.
now?
Yeah, yeah, you're audible.
Yeah. Hi, Arpit. Yeah,
Please go ahead.
Arpit, this exam is only from, we can schedule the exam only from home, or we
No, no,
also
you
go
can
to
go
this
for
and,
no, no, you can go to the center also if you want.
oh,
When you go on the registration window, you have both the options from home, from the center. So if you want to go at the center and appear, that is also doable.
okay.
Yeah.
And second is that, what is the difference between the DISA and CISA, since I have done the DISA long back?
Okay. So see, DISA is India level qualification, right? So generally it is given by ICI, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. CISA
Yeah.
is from ISACA. So first of all, of course, these are two different set of bodies who are doing it. Um, Globally, if you see, of course, CISA is more recognized as compared to DISA. DISA is more recognized in Indian context, right? And in fact, in Indian context, CISA is also recognized. It's just that uh, yeah, ICE is more like a India level institute, while it has a lot of branches globally, right? So huge respect, one of the biggest accounting body, but globally it is. And see, if you see, mostly DISA is done by the CA members, right? Chartered accountants, right? It's not done
Yeah.
by anyone from the world as such, right? It's for the course for mostly for the ICA members course, right? Generally, that would be the majority of the portion people do it, but CISA would be globally done by people from
Yeah.
different background, different
But
exposure. So CISA has more credibility that way in terms of the mm, it's more popular, it's more easily recognizable course, right? That
but
please go
and
ahead.
the contents of the course are same or similar sort of, or
I have not done CISA, so I would not be able to comment honestly. I
okay,
thought I'll
okay,
straight
okay.
away do CISA when I was there.
Okay. Okay. And is
See,
it,
DISA is good for bank audits and other stuff. If you're into practicing CA in India, then DISA helps you with a lot of eligibilities for CAG audits, PSU audits, bank audits, which was not part of our uh, deliverables or what we were trying to do. So I've never looked at it that way. Yeah, please go ahead.
okay. And is it advantage if we do CRMA before CISA, something like that, or
No, no. So no, no. So CRM is very, very different ballgame than CISA. So CRM is an extended and advanced version of what we do in CIA. So CIA
okay.
better version and a little advanced version is CRMA. So
Yeah,
almost similar concept of CIA, but it is more advanced. So what happens is, if in CIA we have one question, four options, we have to choose one of it. In CRMA, we have to choose all that is applicable. So I'll give you a very simple example. The examiner question could be like, which of the following are soft controls? And in CI exam, we'll have options like policy and procedure, let's say CSA, and then we have, let's say, maybe training and maybe one more. So then most likely
yeah,
CSA is a soft control. But in case of CRME, we'll have to apply all of that is applicable. So even if we go wrong in one of the options, then it reduces. And plus, we need to score above 80% there also. So that's why it's more tougher. So CRM is slightly more advanced version of CIA. If you really ask me personally, I think CISA adds more value today in terms of the context of IT auditing. Because today, see, we as auditors are not just seen as internal auditors, but and all the business enterprises are integrated with IT. Today, we do any audit, it is linked to IT, right? So it's very, very
yeah,
important for us to know IT aspects. And CISA is far, far more popular. Uh, CRM is picking it up. I'll be honest, CRM is
yeah,
picking it up. CIA is very popular. CISA is very popular. So having CIA, CISA is very good combination in my view. CRM is little advanced version. Doing CRM and coming for CISA will not help. Doing CIA and going for CRM will definitely help because, like I said, 60% of CRM is CIA only, It is just that it enlightens you with more better concepts, because earlier you were looking for one of those four options. Now you have to choose all, so you have to have more comprehensive learning there. Make sense?
Yeah. So is it, yeah, so is it okay, like if I have not done CRMA and if I appear for CISA, so it will not be difficult for me.
Not at
That's
all,
fine.
not at all, not at all.
Because
Yeah,
both concepts are very different
very, very
concept.
different, very, very different. Yeah, very, very
So
different.
is it achievable to CISA, to clear the CISA
CISA is
without
easier
CRM?
to, yeah, yeah. In fact, see, because I know that you're also a CIA, just to let you know, what we have
Yeah.
done in CIA, that will help a lot in CISA. So, in fact, everyone
Okay.
on the everyone on the, and it's reverse also. Anyone who has done CISA and have thoroughly studied it, if you go for CIA, there's some help in CIA. When you do CISA after CIA, then also it's a lot of help. So, a lot of things are conceptually similar, right? So I'll give you some examples, everyone, for your just reference. So if you look at it, stuff like risk-based audit plan, this is there in CIA, this is there in CISA. Stuff like
Yeah.
maybe let's say quality assurance improvement program. This is much more
Yeah.
detailed in CIA, not that detailed in CISA, but it focuses on quality improvement. Then types of control is similar in CIA and CISA. There is also topics like sampling. There's also topic like charter, which is more or less there in
Yeah.
CIA CISA. In fact, ERM as a topic, org structures as a topic, IT governance as a topic, COVID as a framework, all of that is there in CIA CISA. So a lot of these two courses, I would say, have a couple of things that are commonly followed, commonly done. In fact, similar types of MCQs can be tested, but only thing in CIA is that it's more scenario based. It more tests you on the capabilities of how, as an internal auditor, you think, versus in CISA, it is more going to test you on what is more concerning for you or what is more critical for you as an IS auditor, right? For example, if in the company there are, I'll give you a very simple example. Let's take an example. Um, as an internal auditor for you, maybe the financial risk is more concerned. But as an IS auditor, when you go into the eye of an IS auditor, for you, financial numbers doesn't play that important as compared to information security. Are you getting the delta? What is the delta between two set of uh, schools here, right? So we are talking
Yeah.
about internal auditor, slightly a different mindset as compared to IS auditor's mindset. So this course is all about it. A lot of your learning from CIA, you will feel in touch that, and everyone who has done CIA for you, you will feel in touch that CISA is a great help, and vice versa. If anyone who has done CISA, when you go for your CIA journeys, you will realize that CIA, a lot of things that you're learning is what you would have already learned in CISA. That way. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks.
Great.
Arpit,
Please go ahead.
please pardon my naivety. In fact, I'm not this. I don't know about what CIA stands for, and more of the discussion on this. So, can you please just briefly explain what CIA stands for?
Okay, so no worries, Sudhir. So I'll just tell you. So just like CISA is a ISACA course, just like that, there is a course called Certified Employer. So CIA is given by
Okay,
I.
got my. I don't want much of the digression for
Yeah,
the
sure.
team. Okay,
Yeah.
please, that's fine. That's fine with
Yeah,
me. Thank
CIE
you.
is certified employer, published, given, the certification is held by IIA Institute of Employers. That
Oh,
way. Okay,
thanks.
okay, great. So lovely, everyone. So I think we are all clear, right? So we are clear with the domains. We are clear with the tentative weightage of the exam, and it's not like structure, right? All right. So one more clarity, everyone. It's not like you get again domain one MCQs, then domain two, domain three. It will be all mixed up, but that's the tentative weightage of the content or domain percentage that will you will see in the exam. So now 150 MCQs, like I've already talked about it, 56.25%, no negative marking, 4 attempts, retake after 30 days, right? And the cost for the exam is $575. We have also talked about the CISA syllabus, everyone. Now we'll touch upon the study material and the approach, everyone. So how do we go about the preparation? So everyone, we have concept building summarized PPT slides. So I'll show you how the PPT slides look like in the following slides. So we have, for the entire all 5 domains, we have close to 300 plus PPT slides, basically 300 plus slides in a single PPT that will cover your entire conceptual coverage. Once you have done this, along with this, you have close to 900 plus MCQs that are there on the Global Professional Certification LMS. Now, what is Global Professional Certification LMS? Once you all register, everyone, you will get a link like this. Once you click on this link, you can just click here. I'll just show you all how does it work. So yeah, so if you go in here, so let's take an example. All right, so this is a previous batch recording, so I'm just going to show you all. So once you click in here, uh, you have everything here. In fact, the orientation program that we are doing, you get all your course syllabus right here. So you have all your sessions that are done live will be recorded and the access will be provided to you. And then beyond this, you will have all your PPT slides that will be again here, and then again followed with domain-wise MCQs, additional MCQs, as well as the additional information set. So all your domain-wise, each domain MCQs you can practice right on the LMS. There are additional MCQ set that has given to you, and then there is additional information that we refer to during the session time that is also given for your reference for future reference purposes. So basically, once you start your preparation session series, you get access and the access to the slides on the LMS, which is where you have the complete conceptual coverage. Then, like I said, you have 900 plus MCQs that you will be practicing for this exam. Each domain you will have 100 MCQs practice, and then you will have an additional MCQs of 100 plus, and then you have two mock exam of 150 plus on the LMS, which you can practice. And I believe that that's a good kind of a coverage that is there that will give you sufficient comfort that you can go and appear for the exam and pass this out. So that's going to be the study material for you, everyone. Now, what is our approach generally? Our approach to this session series of CISA is that whenever we start a session, we basically talk about what are we going to learn in this. Then we touch upon, okay, within this, what are we going to learn? What are the key topics that are relevant for the exam? Then we pick each concept and we start learning this through conceptual clarity, through practical learning, and then we finally sign off the learning with key things to remember. People, when we move to the next session, we always try and recap what we have done in the previous session, and then we also do a lot of MCQs. So that's how the approach is done, which we have seen is quite successful because it tells you the complete storyline that what are we going to get into, what are we going to learn. So I'll just show you how it works, right? So let's say, for example, when we're going to start with domain, then we'll talk about, okay, in section A, section B, these are the topics that we are going to learn. So I'm not reading it now, just to be optimized a little bit on time. So in domain one, these are the topics that we are going to learn. And then within this topics, each topic, right? For example, IS audit standard guidelines, function, and code of ethics. What are we going to learn? So we are going to talk about standards. We are going to talk about code of ethics. We are going to talk about ITAP. We are going to talk about charter, management of IS audit function, IS audit resource management, and using the service of other auditors and expert. Now, among this portion is most important for exam, and so it has been underlined. Likewise, different types of audit is important for exam. Integrated auditing is important for exam. So whatever we learn, wherever we learn, that is going to be highlighted and underlined, which is more important for exam. So this is how we first set the tone of a subject that, okay, this domain, this is what we are going to learn, and within which what is important. Once we are clear what are we going to get into, the next thing is now we start going through the PPT slides. So in the PPT slides itself, everything sort of is highlighted. What is more important for you? So within the entire statements, everything that is highlighted is very important for your learnings and your final takeaways for your exam also. So every domain, these slides are prepared, everyone, and it also has notes, right? Do you need to memorize things? You don't need to memorize things. Um, and how do you differentiate? So all of that is there in this slide. So this is how the slides are structured, everyone. Once the slides are covered, what happens is beyond this, everyone, not just this, we also take a lot of practical examples. So let's take an example. If we are doing CSA, so when we are doing CSA, we will have a CSA questionnaire to look at it. When we are looking at, let's say, SOC 1, SOC 2, what is bridge letter? We will take a practical look of what is bridge letter. When we are going to talk about charter, we are going to take a look on the charter. When we are going to look at the data inventory template, we are going to look at the data inventory template. Let's say we are touching upon privacy, and if we are touching upon consent, then we'll take an example of how a privacy related consent looks like. So it's going to be a little practical learning for you, wherein you will try to learn how it actually works, not just through the formats that we are talking about. And similarly, let's say when we are talking about audit work program, so we'll take a look on how a audit work program detail look like. Let's say, for example, if you're going to look at how a work program needs to be prepared. So there will be a few samples of audit work program. Okay, this is how you can prepare an audit work program for BCPDR. This is how you can do a audit work program for Azure audit. This is how you can do an audit work program for maybe other areas. So all of that will be sort of covered. Not just through that, you will also understand the concept through certain images, right? For example, when you're going to talk about what is SCADA, so you'll have the image of SCADA. When you have what is PLC, so you will have the images. This will help you to relate a little better in terms of the topic. Not just that, like let's say how the when you're when you're disposing of your hard drives, in that case how you should do. So what is degaussing, what is destroying, what is more important, what sort of certificates are it collected when these disposal process followed, how this is important. All of these are important elements for your practical learning, and that wherever possible, everyone, I'm not say every statement has to be covered like this, but wherever possible, this is just few gist of what we will do in the session series, and that's how you practically relate little better. Because otherwise degaussing is something like a word that you will just memorize, but otherwise when we'll cover in the class, we'll talk about, okay, this is how your hard disk is inserted into a machine, and then how the machine works, and then how the degaussing happens, and after the degaussing happens, what is the next step, and then what sort of certificates you need to collect. So this now gives you the complete clarity on how does it work, right? So not just this, we'll touch upon similar things across different topics wherever possible. That especially for the critical ones, which is difficult to understand otherwise. Basic stuff is very easy. If I don't have to talk about preventive control to this level or detective control to this level, it's easy to explain. But key critical topics, technical topics through images help, right? It's very difficult to explain otherwise a SCADA system or a PLC image, but through the images, it's become much easier. So we'll cover this form of an approach to our session series, everyone. Not just that, so once we know what are we going to learn, we have learned it practically, we have covered the content, we know what is important, then we also practice some MCQs on the go. So this is how the MCQs we keep practicing on the go in the class. And once certain MCQs are there, now there is some homework that is for each domain. You have to do 100 MCQs at your end. If you have any queries, there will be a WhatsApp group. You can keep posting there, and we keep responding there. The MCQs explanation as needed. So once the MCQs are done, everyone, um, um, also what we do is we also have the final notes to remember, right? For example, what is the primary purpose of risk base? The key word is materiality. What is the primary purpose of IA charter? Outline the responsibility and authority. So these keywords, everyone, that you're seeing on what is the major benefit of conducting a CSA? Over traditional audit. It's just to detect risk sooner. So these keywords that you're seeing, these all keywords, let's say we have close to 30 keywords only for domain one, that will help you a lot to answer better in the exam and better in your practices. So this is how each session series is structured, everyone, that you start with getting to know what you are going to get into it, then you understand the topic in detail, then you practice the MCQs, then you also take it from a practical learning islands, then you also understand what are the key notes to remember, and then finally you go and do 100 MCQs, and that is where you perform really, really better. And you also know where you need to focus, right? So that's the important element of this session series. Any doubt? I'll take a pause here before we get into the session schedule that we have planned for CISA session series. Are we clear on the approach, everyone? Yes or no? All these sessions that we're talking about it gets recorded, everyone, and it goes to the LMS wherein you can always re-access these videos. Are we clear, everyone? Can I quickly see yes or GTG on the chat box, please? All right, great. So lovely, everyone. So that's one aspect of it. Now, quickly, everyone. So today is 26 January 2026, 8 to 9. We are over 5 minutes due to early disturbance. So I'll keep it very intact, everyone. Next few minutes, and then we should be done. So orientation program is what we have done today. We are going to start the session series right on the upcoming weekend. Saturday, Sunday is when the session series happens, 7:30 to 10:30 in the morning. So we finish right fresh early in the morning. Or if you skip any of these MCQs or any of these sessions, discussions, MCQs discussion session, or anything that you've skipped, everything gets 100% recorded and is uploaded on the LMS. So you can always take a look later. In fact, it's recommended that even after you have gone through the live session series, at least you take a look of 1 or 2 times of this recorded sessions also, so that it's all stay intact in your mind when you're going for the exam. So people, we are going to have close to 15 odd sessions for the entire session series. The first 3 sessions are
So,
don't. Sorry, please go ahead.
Arpit, sorry, all these going to be live sessions, no?
Yeah. All of these are going to be live
Okay.
and recorded.
And the recording,
And then
obviously.
the same session gets recorded, which you can later on access. So just like this orientation program, while honestly it's not the best we wanted to do because of the initial hiccups that we saw, and plus I think there was internet connectivity issue. But otherwise, we'll still upload this. But we had also planned to kind of upload this on the YouTube for a larger period access, but I doubt it's of the quality that we can upload
No,
there.
Arpit,
But
it has
otherwise,
been
all
an
of it.
excellent experience. I think the team will agree with that.
Okay, thanks, Sudeep, for the feedback. But otherwise, what I'm trying to say is that every session that we do will be done live and will be recorded on the LMS. If you miss the session, let's say because of some commitments, you can always pick it up later. It's always advisable to be in live because that helps you to be consistent. But if you have commitments, traveling, whatever it is, you can always look at recordings. And people, one more thing, if you have sense of urgency. You're seeing that, okay, Arpit, we're talking about January, end is 1 year starting, which is first week of Feb is 1 year effectively starting, which is 2 months, but I want to close this earliest. So then also it is doable, everyone. Let's say if you really want to expedite your CISA journey, then the access to the previous recording that I was showing you on the LMS, right? This recording, this can be provided to you without any additional cost, right? So there is no extra cost for this. What you can also do is you can look at these recordings, and these are again 15, 16 recordings, which you can sort of do every day one. And if you want to appear for the exam in a month's time, that is also doable. So you have 16, you can look at it, you can do the live batch, you can look at the recordings. Let's say you miss all of it. And in future, whenever, let's say in April, May, June, July, August, whenever we start the new batch, at that point of time, you want to come for a live batch, even that is also doable. There is no extra cost. There's no recost that we charge everyone. In principally, what we do is we want you to pass, right? So we want you to pass. We want you to keep learning, and that's where we want to work on a model wherein once you are with us, you should be clear with whatever exam under the umbrella of Global Professional Certification you have enrolled with us. So for there's no timeline for the support. We want to keep supporting you until you clear. We want to help you to clear this at earliest. But because of so many things and so many scenarios which are unpredictable, sometimes you're not able to do that. Uh, uh, and hence people also fly back, come back after a month's time, after 6 months time, after a year time, after 2 years time also that Arpit, now I'm starting, I've gone through this, what we should do. So you just come and start, right? So it's as simple as it is. The only thing that we're looking forward is you to clear, to keep upskilling, you to keep upgrowing yourself. And that's something that we are most delighted about, that okay, when people keep posting a message that okay, we have passed, and that's the happiest day to kind of get that message. That's where we are, everyone. Domain 1 to Domain 5, we're targeting it across 2 months' time. This is also tentative, everyone. Sometimes there could be some commitments coming in. Sometimes there could be uh, some issues here and there. This is tentatively there, but more or less we will be targeting to complete this entire session series by end of March 2026. Like I said, if you want to kind of expedite this, you can always look at the recording. You can use the recording plus the live plus another new set of recording, whatever you want to do, whatever model you want to work with, whatever you're comfortable with, all of that is possible. And you can take your journey with that from a CISA exam. The only request that I have is don't defer your attempts much later. Since it's a self placed deciding on the time when you want to appear for the exam. Unlike other exams wherein you have the date, now you have to appear on this date. Since this is something you have to proactively decide for yourself, a lot of time we keep deferring this, right? We keep saying that okay, we'll do next month. We are still unprepared. We want to do more, and there's no end to it, right? Do you all agree with me? Everyone in audit and everyone during your entire life exam session series that you have done, right? Be it in class 12 to be it in BCom honors or be it in BTech or whatever course you have gone through it. Do you agree with me that just before the exam hour, we feel that we should have got few more hours, one more day to be better prepared? Do you all agree with me? That's how we are all as humans, right? So since this exam is something that is not happening on a fixed time, fixed interval, fixed month, fixed date, what happens is we keep deferring it. And this is where a lot of people don't appear. If you don't appear, you'll never pass. And that's why we keep saying and we keep suggesting and we keep pushing that you need to take either your exam dates or we keep pushing that people should appear as soon as 2 to 3 weeks later after once the batch is completed or once you have yourself done your learning. So let's say if you've gone through the recorded batch session series, you can just go through everything together and within 2 weeks to 3 weeks, schedule for your date. Recap, revise, redo the entire MCQs, whatever you want to do in the next 2 weeks, and go for the exam. Unless you appear for the exam, you'll never clear it, right? And the more you defer, let's say you have gone through the entire session series, now you want to take 2 3 months break, right? And then and that you will keep studying a little bit, and then you want to go for the exam. That's again too much of time, too much of deferring, and you will just lose the concept. You will not gain more concept. You'll have to lose the concept. So consistency, a sense of urgency to clear all of this plays an important role to kind of clear this. That's my personal feedback, and that's why we keep pushing people to appear and target this exam in 2 to 3 weeks of completion of the batch. Everyone. So that's about the schedule of the classes. Just to let you know, everyone, we are active participants across events that are inducted by the global institutes. So global professional certification actively participate across institutes and their magazines. This is all about us. Our students are from almost all the corporates. Our largest interest with CIE, I'll be fully honest with you all, we're building upon CISA because we thought there's a need of this and a lot of push we were getting from our students to do this course, and that's where we introduced CISA. And personally, I have a very keen interest in the IT, so that's why I moved to kind of uh, sharing knowledge on in this landscape, and that's the idea of introducing CISA course under the Global Professional Certifications banner. So that's very brief about me, everyone. If you want to reach out on anything more, if Natik is there on the call, Natik, you can drop the message of your phone number. Otherwise, you all can get in touch with us on our website, everyone, Global Professional Certifications. If you just click in here, you can get through our website. Everything is here if you want to sort of come.
Coming in coming 5 minutes.
I mean, just one second. I'll just mute you. All right. So here you can just go on our website. So you can just click on contact us and the team can reach out back to you. Here is the phone number. You can link it. You want to know about more about the course. You can click about any of these courses. You want to know about the people feedback. You can go on the success stories and hear about what people say. But at this point of time, most of it is around the CIA piece, everyone. We have the upcoming pages for CISA, but this is more or less about us. And if you have any doubt, I'll be keeping the house open for some minute. And I think this is exactly what we wanted to cover. We have more or less covered. I'll keep the house open for Q&A and then we can wrap up the session. So any questions?
Arpit,
Please go ahead.
yeah, Arpit.
Yeah, one by one.
Yeah, Arpit, this after registration, if first of all you said that we have to enroll as an ISACA member, that will be always good. Okay, fine. And then thereafter we'll join your classes, and after registration we have 12 months to clear. We have 12 months to appear for the exam, right?
Yeah.
After
So
registration.
once you have paid the examination fee, you have 6 months. Whenever you sorry, you have 12 months. Whenever you want to schedule your exam, you can schedule and then appear. That's right.
Yeah. And second question is that this study material, your study material is enough, or shall we also
It is enough generally. If you want to go more detailed, then there are ISACA review manual, ISACA question bank also. If you want,
yeah.
we can facilitate that also, but that's again expensive and paid. But if you want, you can, but otherwise, what we are covering in the class should be okay and helpful, sufficient to kind of clear it.
So this is not like the CI sort of the when we enroll for the CI, actually the CI that II Institute is providing us the material also with them. This
No,
is
no. Yeah, so
we'll have
you
to
will
buy
have to
separately.
additionally buy, and that's why the fees is also much lesser, right? If you see that way.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, but your material is enough to
If
clear.
you club all of it, it will be similar cost only. If you want to buy the question bank plus you want to buy the study material, official study material, then of course yes, it will be a cost. But yeah, what we are going to cover in the class is going to be should be sufficient in my view.
Okay, and it's not like the glam material or something like that is available from the market like for CISA.
Everything is there, but it's additionally paid, Raman, right? So, but I don't
Okay.
recommend additionally, if you want to do it, I would rather suggest going here and there. You rather purchase the official content if you want to go for that. And if you
No,
if anyone want that, we can facilitate it, facilitate those purchases. But what I strongly believe is what we have brought to the table is should be okay to kind of go for the exam.
Yeah, that I am aware of it because CI I have cleared from your slides only. Okay, thank you.
That's the
Thank you.
process. Sharath is asking, like in CIA, are the results also declared immediately? Yes, Sharath. In fact, CIA is deferring the result now from the next few months, right? So, in fact, February attempt, the result is going to take time, maybe 10, 15 days. But CISA, yes, the result gets declared immediately. Like you'll get pass, fail, whatever it is, and then you get again an official result in few days, like 8 to 10 days. You'll get a email like that. With your
Hi, Arpit.
and in fact, here you will also get the exact score. So unlike CIA, you don't get the score. Here you will get the score also.
Hi, Arpit. This is Ganesh.
Please go ahead. One by one. I'm there. Ganesh, please go ahead.
Yeah. So, Arpit, let's say I am a working professional and I've spent a lot of time in my office. During the journey of 2 months, how much effective time I have to study to clear the exam? Will it be sufficient that if I only take the classes for 2 months and then over and above that, how much time to spend studying? Because my job timings are very strict, like morning
Got it.
to night. So just
Got it.
if you can.
So Ganesh, I'll tell you, see, we have close to 15, 16 sessions that will be close to 3 hours of each session, right? So within that also we have some breaks. So effectively 40 to 45 hours of the session time that will give you full clarity and all the conceptual coverage. In fact, in the class only we revise everything. So in this 40 to 45 hours of total study time, you will get the complete conceptual coverage, some hands-on on MCQs, revision, everything gets covered in this. Now there are additional set of 900 MCQs, right? So 900 MCQs, let's say, even if you do close to 30 MCQs on a daily basis, right? 30 MCQs will not take much time, right? So when you're on the go, when you're about to sleep, when you're during the day walking here and there, you can do 30 MCQs daily. So even if you do that, you can do it in a month's time. So if you break it into pieces, it will be easy. If you accumulate everything and you want to study at a stretch, it will sometimes gets difficult because we all are working professionals. And it's difficult to get that set of time. So in my view, I think within 2 months, if you just do the classes, what we are doing in the class, and just practice 30 MCQs daily, right? Which means 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes of effective study time daily. And because it is an MCQ, you can do at any point of time. You really don't need a book for this, right? Do you agree with me? Because it's you can use it on the phone, right? You can just put it on the phone and just read the MCQ, choose an option, move forward, choose the MCQ, move forward. Once you start doing that, it's much easier. During the session series, in the next 1.5, 2 months, you will be through. The only request, Ganesh, that I have is whenever you go for the exam, before that, look for a date wherein you have an extended holiday, or you can take 1 or 2 day leave, right? So let's say you have an exam on Tuesday. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, let's sit obediently and just focus on the exam. Because otherwise too much, we have too much on the plate. We have too much on the plate that we keep thinking about the client deliverable. We think about the deliverable within the organization, or a commitment to a CFO, or a commitment to the MD, commitment to the stakeholders, right? So work is always in our mind. The only request that I would have is whenever you go for the exam, just 2 days, 3 days of a stretch focusing on the exam will really help you to be more confident, and you will help you to recall everything better. Make sense? Ganesh, does that answers your question?
Yeah, got it. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Hi, Arpit.
Please go ahead. Just call out your name for others also so that everyone knows.
Arpit, this is Rizwan.
Hi, Rizwan. Yeah, please go
ahead. You have not shared the charges of global institutions.
Yeah, so I think Natik will be the right person to connect with on the charges. It's a nominal charge, I can tell you that, but I think Natik will take it offline with you all.
No problem.
Yeah, okay, thanks
Thank you
for putting that up. All right, great. Anyone else who has any other doubt? I think
Darshana here. I bet the question is from the exam point of view, like CIA and CISA compared, which would be difficult. And also, I'm not having a IT audit experience. That's why I'm coming up with this question. When we think about CIA, we'll be studying things and we'll be doing questions. And then when we come to the exam, the questions would be like we have to, the questions would be very much fresh, and we have to apply the knowledge which we have learned from there. Like at times it would be trickier also. So while thinking about CISA, is the question similar to that? Like we'll be studying some sort of things, and then when coming to the exam hall, the questions would be like little more trickier and new questions. Is it how it happens, or the questions would be similar?
I'll tell you this now. So first of all, if you ask me in terms of the if you personally ask me that, okay, which is more tougher, CIA versus CISA? Honestly, in my view, CIA is far, far tougher than CISA. Right. So
Mhm.
why? Because you need to score above 80% to clear the exam. It's not about the content toughness, it's about the exam score that we need to clear this exam, right? So it's 80%
Mhm.
above, it's generally difficult to get, right? I'll be honest, right? There are so many people who
Okay.
have good experience, like 15, 20 years experience. It's difficult for them to clear CIA in one go because of that 80%. And a lot of people get stuck between 70 to 80, even 75 to 80, and 78, 79%, they stuck there. Thankfully for CISA, it's not that tough, right? So you need to score
Mhm.
56.25, which is much, much easy. Now, second aspect, Dasna, is that while the top word CISA is a Certified Information System Auditor, it is in our mind that it's going to be technical because it's IT. But two
Mhm.
things, right? Two things that I want to add. One, it is not that technical. See, there will be few things that will be technical. Technical
Mhm.
words, a few things, right? That will be definitely technical. But we don't have to get into the deep of that subject as detailed as we want to, right? What I'm trying to say, let's take an example. Um, let's take an example. There is a bridge, right? Let's take an example. There's a bridge which you pass through when you go on a road, right? Or there's a flyover. You know what is the use of a flyover, right? How does it help? How does it makes the traffic easy, and how does it enhances the use of transport, right? If you if you keep your learning to that level, it all makes sense, right? If you now want to get to the stage of, okay, I want to construct a bridge, how a bridge is constructed, and you want to get into the civil engineering part, then you want to get into electrical engineering part, then you want to get into the deep of the as deep of the subject. Okay, how is cement manufactured? What are the raw material for that? Now it gets more technical, right? Because you want to go as deeper as possible. So one, it is not needed. It's good for knowledge. If what I'm trying to tell you is, see, there will be certain words that you may find it difficult to understand. Like for example, when I use the word SIM tool, for you now, SIM tool looks technical, right? SIM is, I've never heard about this. Or what is a security operation center, right? This looks very, very technical, Arpit. What are you talking about? Security operation center looks like a operation theater to me. Now, what are we referring to this, right? But these are very these are just terms that are being used. If you understand, okay, security operations center uses this. This is how it helps the company. As an auditor, this is what we need to look into this. Simple, that's done. That's all that is expected out of the course, right? So it's not that technical. And even if it is
Mhm.
technical, it is like 10% very, very technical. Rest is all okay, manageable. And we don't have to score like 100 out of 100, right? We have to score 56.25. So doable, right? So if we go with that
Mhm.
approach, it is doable. If we make ourselves too complicated, too difficult, that no, no, it is too difficult, it is too technical, no, no, I'm not able to understand, I'm losing confidence. If we start doing this with ourselves, then we will never be able to clear the exam. If we think, okay, yes, this is a content, I fairly understand 70% of this, 80% of this, 10 to 30, let's say even 30% content is technical. In 30%, 20%, I know clearly what is the use, how as an IS auditor I'll play a role. Remaining 10% is difficult. Okay, this is very, very technical. For this, I've practiced the MCQs. If similar MCQs will come, I'll be able to solve this. Done and dusted, right? So we have sufficient enough to clear it. See, I'll tell you, Dasna, one we need to understand. Even the technical IT auditors who are doing IT audit for 15, 20 years, they don't also understand everything. Okay.
Mhm.
No one understand everything in the world, right? Even I am learning every day. We are all learning every day. So we need to just keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. This course is not about like being 100 out of 100. This course is all about clearing it, adding to the credential, understanding some of those aspects which we use it in the use it in what we do. Otherwise, we can use it because it's like a practical course. We'll take learnings from practical islands. It will at least give us some better thoughts to have a right conversation with the stakeholders. So I think that's how I see this course as, if you ask
Okay.
me.
So one more thing, is there a chance of getting similar questions what we learn, or with very new questions? Is it how do you know?
It all depends on a day to day, so I can't comment on that. But similar, yes. Same, no. Right? So similar, yes.
Okay.
Same, no. Right?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dasna. All right, great. Any other doubt, I'll be happy to answer. All right, great then. Thank you everyone so much for joining the session orientation program. It was so pleasure to have you all. Wish you all a very, very happy Republic Day. Thank you so much for your time on Monday morning. We wanted to use this time for this orientation. So thank you so much for the participation and all your questions. Uh, Feel free to be in touch with the team for any other queries that you have. Uh, or you can also reach out to me on through my LinkedIn profile, or you can just message me on my number. You can take my number from Natik, and be in touch, right? So thank you so much once again for being part of this orientation program. All the best, everyone. Have a good day. Happy Republic
Thank
Day once
you.
again. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, and same
Thanks.
to you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.